Alright, this video is to give a summary of the future tense. We'll be talking about the different verb forms that we use to talk about the future. Basically, students know only the use of will plus base form when we talk about the future. So they say that I will study tomorrow, I'll play tomorrow, or I'll visit my friend tomorrow. But for future, we actually use four different verb forms, and we're gonna represent this one by using four boxes, and I call this the future table. We have this one. All right. So the four parts of this represent each box represents a verb form for the future tense. So let's focus on the first one. This is future number one. This is will plus base form. So when you say base form, incurring this dong sa wanhyang. And then for the second box, this one is be going to plus base form. Of course, we're going to be using is mr for the be verb. And then you have going to, and then you have base form. So the second future form is be going to plus base form. And then for the third box, I call this future three. This is be verb plus ing. So we're going to be using is mr plus the ing form. So that's future three. And then for the fourth box, this one is the present form. So when we talk about the present form, we are actually speaking of either the base form of the verb or the form of it with s or es, or in Korean we call it saminching dansu. So this is the fourth one. So let's take a look at it again. For the future tense, we use four verb forms. Number one, future one is will plus base form. Number two is mr going to plus base form. And then the third one is mr plus ing. And then the fourth one is the present form. You use either the base form or ses. Now, if you talk about the differences in uses of the future tense or the different future forms, let's start with will plus base form. You use this form when we make the decision at the time of speaking. So we decide at the time of speaking. That means that we didn't have any plan in the past. So if I say that I think I need a new bag, and then you heard it just now, and then you're gonna say I'll buy a new bag for you. So you didn't have any plan of buying a bag for me because I never said that I needed it. But I told you now that I need a bag, and you suggested or maybe you thought of buying a bag for me. So you say I will buy a bag for you. So we use will plus base form because you decided only now, no plan before. You also use will plus base form when you use I think, I don't think, and do you think. So you say, I think she will come. I don't think she will come. And do you think she will come? So when you use I think, I don't think, and do you think, you also use will plus base form. So this for the first verb form that we use for future tense. Second one, is mr going to plus base form. All right. So for is mr going to plus base form, the basic use of this one is when you talk about an action in the future, which you have decided in the past. So let's write in here. You have decided before. So say for example, before you came to class, you already talked to your mom and told her that you need to go to a mall and buy something. And when you tell it to me, then of course you have made the decision before talking to me. Then you have to use is mr going to plus base form. I am going to buy something at the mall. That's gonna be your sentence. And then you also use is MR going to plus base form when uh we're almost sure that something is going to happen. One perfect example for this is when you see dark clouds or black clouds. We are almost sure that it's gonna rain. So we say, "Oh, look at the dark cloud. It's gonna rain, or it's going to rain." So we use is going to plus base form. The third verb form that we use for the future tense is MR plus ing. So how is it different from the second verb form, which is be going to plus base form? We use is MR plus ing when we talk about an action in the future that we have arranged, or maybe it's already in our schedule. There's already an appointment. We already know the time. We already know the place. So everything has been arranged. Then you have to use is MR plus ing. Basically, this one is also used only for personal schedules, because personal schedules can be, I mean, you can change your own schedule if you have planned to watch a movie. If you have planned to watch a movie, if you have planned to watch a movie on a certain date in the future or a certain time, and then we felt sick, we can just say that we're not going to watch anymore. Now, if we're gonna compare this third verb form to the fourth one, wherein we're gonna use the present form. If this one is for personal schedule, this one is for things with fixed schedule. When you say fixed, it means it doesn't change, but it doesn't strictly mean that the schedule doesn't change. It's just that this we use the present form when we're talking about schedule, which we cannot change. Only other people can change. Say, for example, the bus schedule, movie schedule, airplane schedule, or subway schedule. If your flight is scheduled at 7 p.m. and you come early, you cannot tell them to leave early or to take off early. If your flight is set at 7 p.m. and you're coming late, you can just call them and say, "Stop the airplane and wait for me." Airplane schedule is an example of a fixed schedule. We cannot change the airplane schedule. So let's give one set of examples for the four verb forms. If I give you a test right now, let's say 100 item test, and then you got only two correct answers, suddenly you felt frustrated, disappointed, and then you say, I will stop studying because you got only two out of 100 questions. So when did you decide to stop studying? It's only now when you found out your score in the test. So you decided at the time of speaking, you didn't have any plan of stopping, of you know, quitting studies until you saw your score. So you use only will plus base form because you decided at the time of speaking, no plans in the past. And so after the class, you talked to your mom and said that I am not going to take that class anymore. I don't think it's very useful. So you use am going to plus base form because you have decided, you already made the decision to stop studying before you talk to your mom. And then if your mom calls the, let's say, a tutorial center where you were going to, and then she already canceled um your registration and it's going to be effective after about 3 days. By that time, cancellation of your registration is scheduled in the future, 3 days after, and it's already been arranged. So you use is MR plus ing. So I'm quitting tutorial class in 3 days. And this one, since class has a fixed schedule, then you can say that my tutorial class ends in 3 days. So it's my class ends in 3 days. So we use my class, this is your subject, and this is your verb. We use the present form because my class has a fixed schedule. We cannot change the class schedule, but they can. So it's not a personal schedule unlike the ones in number three. So my class ends, this is your subject and ends is your verb. We put an S, we use the singular present form because my class is singular. So my class ends in 3 days. But this one for personal schedule, so I am quitting tutorial class soon. All right. So we use this one. I use your subject. So this is a personal schedule, and then you use be verb and then ing. So this has been arranged, right? And then going back, this one is I am going to. I am going to quit. So you use am going to, and then this one is base form. And then of course in here it's easy. Just I'll quit since you were disappointed with your score. All right. So, in summary, the future tense, when we talk about the action, an action in the future, we can use either of these four forms depending on the situation. If you decided only now at the time of speaking, you use will plus base form. If you have decided before, be going to plus base form. If you already have an arrangement, an appointment, or it's already in your schedule, use be verb plus ing. And if it is a fixed schedule, you use the present form, either the base form or s and es. Now, just one last thing, when you're asking for someone's plan, you can use either number two or number three without any difference in meaning. So let's write here a big question mark and another question mark in here, which means that you can use number two, future two, or future three when making questions about someone's plan.